What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. I do hope you are doing well. On my screen, you'll see all of my socials. Make sure that you're giving them a follow. Make sure for YouTube that you subscribe, that your notifications are turned on, that you are commenting, hyping, all of that kind of good stuff. And yeah, we do the audio side of stuff as well. So if you're listening to the audio, just please make sure that you're liking the pod. If you're listening, like I said, on Apple, or if you're listening on Spotify, that would be, again, greatly appreciated. So, this is my review of our game against Bournemouth. Now, I have a slight confession to make. I was at the gym for the entirety of the game because work has absolutely, I mean, you can tell I am shattered and the hay fever is killing me at the moment. I'm knackered. I'm knackered. So I went to the gym because I needed to release a little bit of tension after a bit of a busy day, bit of a tough one, lots of stuff going on, all of that kind of good stuff. So had that to deal with. So I was just kind of keeping up to date with the game, sort of online and how it was going. So I want to make that perfectly clear. I've not actually sat and watched the game this evening or watched any highlights, but I can give the highlights to what I want to say, and it is this. This team does not know when to quit, regardless if we play good, regardless if we play bad. We just don't have that quit in us whatsoever at all. I mean, what a mental first half. Darlow again with big saves. And then the second half comes in. Krupi gets the goal. Nonto, I'm giving it to Nonto. I don't care. Nonto equalises. Then they get the second goal. Then they get a third goal in the 95th minute, which then gets chalked off for offside, and everybody's going, oh, the game's gone, you know, online with VAR. I've always loved VAR, I think it's a brilliant tool. But what I will say about that is I still remember vividly in my head the offside for Bamford against Palace. It's payback. That's all I'm going to say. It's payback. Then in the 97th minute, we get the long throw-in. Longstaff absolutely pings it in. What a finish. Low, hard. I mean, he just doesn't do simple goals, does he? That's just Longstaff all over. And then, you know, it's 2-2. Somehow we have rescued a point out of that game. And again, it's that never say die attitude. It means that we're on 40 points. It means that we are 9 points clear of 18th. Yes, I know they have a game in hand, but it's important that Burnley are now relegated. They lost to Man City, so we've got Burnley at home after the FA Cup, who have sacked Liam Rosenior. I mean, I've got no idea why they've sacked him, but he's £24 million better off, isn't he? So what I wanted to do, I wanted to try a little something, and it's obviously it's AI generated, if you like. And what I did is that I asked Grok to summarise the first half of Bournemouth versus Leeds United from the perspective of a Leeds United fan, and just to, you know, make it succinct, give it bits and pieces and all of that kind of stuff. And then I did it again for the second half as well. So what I wanted to do is because I've not watched the game and I don't want to sit here and try and make out like I have, I thought that I would give AI a bit of a go, and then you all can tell me what you think. So I am going to be reading some words that that have been produced by Grok, and you all can let me know what you think and whether or not it's a good review or if it's good enough. So bear with me. I'm going to be reading this out, and just let me know what you think. I just thought I would try it just for the shits. I'm just that way out because I'm cool, calm, and relaxed about where we are in the league and what's happening and the way that we're playing and stuff. And I just thought I'd do something a little bit different. So here we go. Watching from the away end at the Vitality Stadium, or more likely screaming at the TV, that first half was a proper grind classic. Away day at a decent Premier League side stuff. Here's my take on the opening 45 minutes of Bournemouth versus Leeds United, 0-0 at half-time. The scoreline and overall feel, 0-0, I'll take it. Leeds sat 15th coming into this, Bournemouth around 9th. So a point or more here would be massive for our survival push, or whatever mid-table scrap we're in. I'm not sure what mid-table scrap they're going on about there. The first half felt like we were playing for control rather than fireworks, and honestly, I'm not mad at it. We didn't get overrun. which has happened too many times on the South Coast in the past. Bournemouth had the majority of the ball, around 55 to 62% possession, depending on the tracker you look at, and more shots, roughly 5 to 6 to our 1, but nothing that felt like a proper siege. In minute 26, they probed, we absorbed. Typical Fark ball away performance, compact, hard to break down, looking to nick something on the counter. Key moments from a lead perspective. Point 1. Early doors, Bournemouth came out with energy, as expected at home. They had a couple of half chances and some nice build-up play through the middle, but our backline, Ampadu, Rodon, whoever was alongside, looked pretty solid, no early panic. Point 2. Our chances, we had very limited joy in attack, with just one notable shot. Brendan Aronson had a right-footed effort from the left side of the box that was saved comfortably. Not much else to write home about going forward, typical for us away from Ellen Road, where we often struggle to create clear openings in the first period. Point 3. The big save. Carl Darlow pulled off another excellent stop. I swear to God, just give him a new contract. Just give him a new contract. Carl Darlow pulled off another excellent stop just before the break. He's been in good nick lately, and that one kept us level when Bournemouth looked like they might nick one. Massive for momentum heading into the second half. Point 2. What we're at now? Point 4? Yeah, point 4. Discipline. A couple of bookings. Krupi for roughing, whatever roughing is, on 25 minutes, and Alex Jimenez for tripping on 41 minutes. Nothing too daft from our lads, which is a bonus. We kept our shape without picking up silly cards. Positive for Leeds fans. Point 1. Defensive resilience. We kept a clean sheet in the first half, and recent form suggests we've been decent at not conceding before the break in several games. The boys stuck to the game plan, no chasing shadows, no daft gaps, left for Bournemouth attackers. Krupi, Tavernier, whoever started up top. Point 2. No collapse on the road against a side pushing for a top half finish. 0-0 at half time. I don't know why I'm reading it like this. Sorry. 0-0 at half time is a result we would have snapped your hand off for pre-match. It gives us something to build on. Darlow's form. Another reminder that our keeper is a reliable pair of hands right now. Frustrations. Lack of attacking threat. One shot all half. Come on, lads. We need more from the likes of Aronson and the other players. And the striker, Calvert-Lewin. Possession was low and we barely threatened their goal. If we're going to get anything here, we need to improve that second half output. Bournemouth's control. They dictated the tempo for long periods. We're a bit passive at times. Too many backwards or sideways passes when we did get it. Need to be braver on the ball if we're to turn this into a win. The half-time verdict. It's a professional, no-frills first half from Leeds. Not pretty, not disastrous. We're in the game, still got 45 minutes to nick a goal or grind out a point. Bournemouth looked the brighter side, but didn't create a bag full of clear-cut chances, which is a credit to our organisation. If we can come out after the break and impose ourselves a bit more, maybe tweak the press or get the wide men involved, we can make this a very good night. If we sit too deep and invite pressure, it could get uncomfortable. Finishes off the first half. Summary. Up the whites. Let's see what the second half brings. Marching on together. Any fellow Leeds fans seen the same, or am I being too optimistic? Wowzers. Second half kicked off, and straight away Bournemouth came out sharper. On 60 minutes they took the lead through Krupi, finished well after Sensei played him in. Gutting. For Krupi now, that's his 11th goal of the season. He's 19 years old. What a player he is, by the way. And back into the summary. You're thinking, here we go again. Away at a decent side, early in the half, and you're chasing it. But credit where it's due, we responded brilliantly. Just 8 minutes later, in the 68th minute, we were level. Bournemouth defender James Hill turned the ball into his own net under pressure. Ugly for them. Absolute gift for us. But we'll take it every single time. The away end went mental. Suddenly it felt like we had the momentum and the belief. We dug in after that, but Bournemouth still had the edge in possession and corners. I think they had about 857 corners. The killer blow on 85 minutes. Sub Rayan swept home from Tyler Adams. Wanker. Cross. 2-1 down with 5 minutes left. You're thinking, it's gone. Heads dropped a bit in the stands, but not on the pitch. Then came the madness in stoppage time. 7 minutes added on. Bournemouth thought they'd sealed it with Evan Nielsen when Evan Nielsen had a goal ruled out for offside on 90+5. Relief. But we weren't done. Another one of those trademark Leeds long throw-ins caused absolute chaos in their box. The ball pinged around and Sean Longstaff smashed a volley past Petrovic in the 90 plus 7th minute. 2-2. Bedlam. The away end fans lost their minds. Pure scenes. That's the never say die spirit we've seen all season. Short summary of the whole game. Gritty 0-0 first half with Darlow keeping us in it. Then a mad second half where we came from behind twice to nick a 2-2 draw. Goals, Krupi on 60, Hill own goal on 68. I'm still giving that to Nonto. Rayan on 85 minutes and Longstaff on 90 plus 7. We rode our luck at times, but showed massive character and took the point. What this means for our season, Bournemouth are pushing for Europe and we've just denied them 3 points. That hurts them, but for us, it's another massive step towards staying up. Unbeaten in 5 now, and with the spirit in this squad, we're not going down with that one hell of a scrap. March on, Leeds. I think that's quite a fair assessment of the game, in fairness, and I hope you enjoyed my theatrical reading of that game. But again, I just want to say how fantastic it is that we have a squad that I can believe in, that I can get behind, that they've got an identity that I can really enjoy on a regular basis, an identity that I can identify with. And we've got players that just don't give up. You know, Longstaff was at fault for the goal, and then he makes it right with the goal that he scores. And it's poetic when you think about it because of the way that the game ended at Ellen Road and with them scoring the way that they did, and then we end up doing the same to them. So that's just poetic the way that can work out and the way that football is. And like I said, football is mad. Football is mental, and this season has just been full of ups and downs so far and enjoyment. And just, like I said, I am just proud of these boys, what they do, the way that they play the game, the way that they fight for each other, the way that they fight for the badge, that, you know, that the sum of this team is greater than its individual parts by an absolute country mile. I mean, I've not even talked about Okafor, where literally, you know, dinks it over the keeper and he's nearly in for 6-on-6, should be putting it away, but it hits the inside of the post and comes back out. I mean, that's just nuts, just that never say die attitude. It's just like, well, fine, we might not be playing well, but we will find a way to score. And when you look at it now, that's 3 against Scum. That's now 3 against Wolves and a point against Bournemouth. So out of the last 9 points, we've got 7. If we can beat Burnley at home, that's 10 points from 12 at the business end of the season, which would be absolutely incredible. And like I said, they're just fantastic. I'm enjoying this team. I'm enjoying watching them. Like I said, it's that feeling of being proud about these boys so far this season, and long may it continue. FA Cup to come next. Easy peasy. Right, that's going to do it for this one. Let me know if you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought to Grok's review of the game itself. And yeah, make sure you subscribe. Make sure your notifications are turned on. Hype the video. All of that good stuff. Make sure that if you're listening to the audio version of this, that you like the audio version for me as well, because that just pushes it through. That's going to do it for this one. Take care of each other. Most importantly, please take care of yourself. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you as ever for stopping by and giving me your time. I really do appreciate it. Cheers.